Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear pads and rotors of a F-250. This is a 2019, but it should work for most late model F-250. The procedure is quite simple, but I'm going to walk through step by step on how to get it done. I want to go over something real quick with you guys before we get things started. Now to remove the rear wheel, this is what you need to do first. So you're gonna have to put wheel chocks on both sides of your tire. Reason for that is that your parking brakes are back there, and with that not being on the ground, this is for it to rotate. So you just want to make sure that you put a wheel chock on it, just for an additional safety. And now I'll show you the best way to put your jack stands. Now you guys have a 3/4 ton. It's really a good idea for you to own one of these, and this is a combo, which makes it really nice. So it's got a floor jack that will jack it up, and then this also acts as a jack stand where it locks every time you jacked it up, and then it locks it up, so it's acting as a jack stand. It's totally cool. I really love having these. So I did this for both sides, and now it's really safe to work on your brakes or whatever that you do that you need to take your wheels off. Okay, so what you want to do first is removing these two bolts here that holding the caliper together. You're going to take the calipers out, and then you're going to hang it. Then we'll work on the brakes. That's perfect. So the line is not under any kind of stress. I'm just going to leave it there, and we'll focus on brake pads. Let me just get a screwdriver and pry it out. It should come right out. Now I want to take this rotor out and get it resurfaced or remachined. So to do that, I'm gonna have to take this big bracket out. There's two bolts. You'll see that I already found a matching socket for it. This takes a 15-16 socket. To break it loose, you're gonna need a breaker bar for this, because it's a pretty big bolt. Now this bolt right here that I just removed, that takes a 5/8 socket to get it removed. So I'm gonna go get a breaker bar and see if I can break this loose. Wow, that is quite a bit of torque. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bottom one. Probably the amount of torque, I say about 150 at least foot-pound to break them. Bottom one's easier. Oh, you got blue Loctite on it. That's why it takes so much torque to remove them. I'm gonna use a mallet to get this off. Never hit it with a hammer if you want to reuse the rotor. All right, I got the rotors out, and what you need to do is, at first, you gotta spray with WD-40 and just kind of soak it up. Wait about 10-15 minutes, and then use a hammer and you kind of just tap real lightly between the studs, just like that. Don't hit too hard and cause damage to your rotor, but you know you kind of just hit it everywhere, and then that'll allow some vibrations for the WD-40 to kind of just soaked in, and then you just want to just mallet and just keep hitting on the rotor, and make sure that you don't hit this surface with the steel hammer, of course, because that's going to damage it. Now, I just took this to the automotive store and have them turn already, so this is already to be put back. So what I'm going to do first, before getting the rotor back, is to use a wire wheel to clean the surface just like so. I'm going to hit this entire surface, get it all cleaned up, and then I'm going to put the rotor back on. Okay, make sure you hit the inside of your rotor as well. And this is where a lot of rust and things that are developed over the years. So just clean the inside of your rotor as well, and then it's ready to be put in. Right now I'm gonna try to get the rotor back. Okay, so the new brake pads come with these clips right here. So I went ahead and cleaned up everything and then put the new clips on. So now it's time to get it back. And I'm gonna put this 2 big bolts on and torque it to 129 foot-pound. Now there's clear evidence of blue Loctite on here, so I'm gonna put some blue Loctite and then we'll torque it up. Okay, so what you want to do next is to get this cylinder to come in a little bit, because when the brake pads wear, it extends. You got to get it back, but before you do that, you got to go to the front master cylinder and make sure you open up the cap, just so relieve the pressure when you try to push fluids into the master cylinder fluid chamber. So now I'm going to try to push the piston back in using a C-clamp. So now it's time to load the brake pads, and I'm going to put some of this lubricant on where the contacts are on the pads, just so it doesn't make noise when you step on the brake. Well guys, I see some light rust on the piston surface. So I'm just gonna sand it down with a piece of sandpaper. I just wanna make sure that those rusts have been rubbed off, just so it has a consistent loading surface. There we go. Now it looks a lot better. It was quite pitted before. So now I'm gonna put that grease on. Then just for safety, I'm gonna put some in the middle of the pad. All right, so now I'm ready to get this caliper back in there. It comes in really easy. Put this bolt back in. And these two, I'm gonna torque it to 27 foot-pounds. Put your wheels back, make sure you torque it up to 165 foot-pound, and that is it. Now, it takes me about probably an hour and a half to get the brake exchanged, but you should plan for longer hours than that because you need to get the rotor to an automotive store to get them turned and cleaned up. So just plan for an entire day for a job like this, just in case, you know, this problem occur, but there shouldn't be. It's very straightforward. There's no struggle at all, and you know how to turn wrenches. You should be able to get this done. I appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.